There's the officials ready for this game in Billings Park. A chilly night here at the end of November for the 2024 Electric Ireland Fresher 1 football final. UCD, the home team, against UL. The referee is Alan Coyne from Westmeath. He's had a look at the pitch in the last hour or so. It is chilly, but it is playable. Fourth official, our standby, is Dara Byrne from Wicklow. And the other line, it will be Dean Alford, who is a dub. We are on the Higher Education GAA YouTube channel. You can leave a message there on the live chat for myself and for David Garland, who is joining me here on CoCom. David, is this your debut?
This is my debut, yeah, so big things expected of me here now. The Sunday game could be ringing me after this.
Yeah, I'm not putting pressure on you. You're putting pressure on yourself. Don't worry about it, mate. But you're a UCD man through and through?
Yeah, now I am, yeah. I started off in DCU, actually, Northside. For a few years, 3 years there, I did my undergrad, and then I traded for the posh south side down here in UCD to finish off. So yeah, I finished up in UCD. It's a great college.
That's
great
controversial. That's like going from Celtic to Rangers, isn't it?
It's a bit of that, all right. I'd never get into the politics of it. For me, it was just finishing out my career, and a job that I really wanted to do was a secondary school teacher. So I got that in the end. I'm happy with what I done and the decision I made.
Talk to me about your fresher football career. Then, did you have two fresher years as one at each?
No, I just did one up in DCU, and we were lucky enough to win the Fresher Championship that year, beating UL down in Carlow, so we did by a point. So at Freshers, the first year you enter college, you're only allowed to play that year and with that college. So if you go to a different college after that, unfortunately you can't reignite your Fresher status. For me, it would have been at 25 here, so I was a wee bit old maybe.
Did you? Oh right, okay. Did you win the league that year, or just the championship? Just
the championship. The league, we lost to Jordanstown, Irene O'Neill on Jordanstown team up in Inniskeen by 2 points. But we were missing a few players that day, and again, with the league, there's a lot of players playing clubs. You don't have your full strength, and it's just about bedding players in. It's a great experience though, because you're meeting new lads, etc.
Absolutely. I mean, the lads out here, you know, the talent that you have at this level is unbelievable. I'm sure you really enjoyed as well playing with different counties, boys from different counties. I mean, tonight UCD starting 15. They have 11 different counties represented and 4 more different counties in the subs. That's 15 counties represented in the UCD squad. You know, you have 3 Dubs, 2 Monaghan, 2 Longford, but the rest is a real spread from the whole country. I imagine as a young fella coming in, that must be a real joy.
Absolutely, it's a real joy, and it's a privilege to be playing with people from other counties. You know, they're representing their clubs, communities, what they've done coming up their underage, and you get to play with them for a short period of time. So that's all Freshers is. You know, they've got 6 weeks before Christmas and 6 weeks after. So if you narrow it down, it's 12 weeks of the year, really short time. And as you say, there's loads of counties represented, and you know, you learn so much off different players, different managers. But it's a real joy to play in, and you know, it's a breath of fresh air whenever you come to these games and watch them.
Because people think, oh, the students, it must be all about the crack. And I'm sure you had the crack. I'm sure it was great fun. But as you say, football-wise, it's a great experience.
Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, there's plenty of away days, plenty of home days, and you're meeting up with them lads maybe 2 or 3 times a week. After the game, then you're enjoying yourself after the game. There's no point denying it. That's part and parcel of it. You know, you're going out with the lads. They're really like your friends for the 3 years you are in college.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's look at the teams here tonight in UCD against UCD. And we'll start with the home team, and we'll pick out a few Monaghan men there as well. Max McGinnity is in there from Castleblaney, for example, at number 15. So you'll know him. And the other one is Niall Meehan from Carrickmacross from Carrick at number 4. The rest of the team, well, I'll just go through it. Ben McCarran in goals. He's from Air Rogan Carlow. Rian O'Callaghan is from Sligo. Rory O'Toole is from Longford, from Dromard. 5 is Oscar Donohoe from Nafena here in Dublin. 6 is the captain, David O'Rourke. He's an awfully man. 7, Aidan Curran from Moat in Westmeath. James McCormick. 8 is Temple Oak here in Dublin. Conal O'Rian is another dub from Kilmacud, the closest man to this venue here in Belfield. 10 is Ben Hanifin from Kieran O'Rahilly's in Kerry. See the spread all right over the country. Michael McIver from St Vincent's, not in Dublin but Meath. Andrew Flynn is from Clongish in Longford. 12 is Carl Walsh from Mitchelstown in Cork. Niall Hurley is from Mayo, Clare Morris, and then Max at number 15. So you'll maybe not know many of the players, but you'll know maybe the Monaghan lads.
Yeah, so Niall's from Carrickmacross, club close to myself. He's a teak tough cornerback. You'll not get much change out of him now while you're in there. And then Max at the opposite end of the field. He'd be your sort of marksman for his club team in Castleblaney. He finished top scorer, I think, in the minor championship in Monaghan last year. So he'll be looking to get scores on the board early and get his confidence up and see if he can really impact the game. Others in that team, then Niall Hurley from Mayo, I know he's very good. He played with Mayo 20s and maybe tucked him to an All-Ireland final. David O'Rourke, centre back from Offaly. I think someone quoted that he's the closest thing to J.R. Brennan, the next J.R. Brennan. So again, it'd be interesting to see how all these lads play and what they're like, but it'd be really good opportunity to see them here.
I love that mention of J.R. Brennan here, who's of course in charge of the sport here. He'll love that, and he's I mentioned St Vincent's. He is of St Vincent's, man. He'd be delighted with that. UL then, let's go and have a look at them. Managed by David Power, who's the former Tipperary and Wexford senior manager and an All-Ireland minor winner with manager with Tip when they beat a good Dublin team, by the way, in the final. Not that there's ever a bad Dublin team, but UL, they have 8 counties representative, 4 Kerry, 4 Mayo, 2 Cork. Dara Egan is from Carrick-Edmond and Longford, 2 Michael Kelly's Clare. Sean O'Connor, the captain, is 3 from Kerry. Thomas Ross at 4 is Sligo. 5 Cian O'Connor from Rathmore and Kerry, famous name. 6 Aaron O'Brien is Wicklow. 7 Owen McGrail is Mayo. Midfield Colin McHale is Mayo. McHale, famous Mayo name, he's from Moy Davits. 9 is Colm Geary from Cork. 10 Hugh O'Loughlin from Mayo. 11 Darragh O'Keefe from Moyvan and Kerry. 12 Brian Horgan from Cork, from Kilmichael. 13 another O'Connor, it's Dara from Beaufort and Kerry. 14 Dahi Hogan from Tipperary, South Tip, in fact, the St Patrick's Club. And 15 Senan Guilfoyle from Mayo. Again, a great spread there, David, but I presume you don't know that too many of them, and that's not a problem, because like people don't, because these are mainly, they're freshers, and a lot of them have played county level minor, so people would know them from that, but generally a lot of people don't know them, and which is good tonight to be able to showcase this game in a stream, because these are the guys who'll go on in years to come for college and club and county. Absolutely correct, yeah. So again, we know all the lads here now, it's their showcase, it's been streamed, so whatever they're capable of doing, if they're nailing the basics and hitting the skills here tonight, that's all you can ask them. They're managed by a very good manager in David Power, who, as you said, took Tipperary to Munster glory before. So I'm wondering how far you go back now, because you were telling me about you were 25 at college, and this is Billings Park. Did you know Dave? No, I was in DCU the time Dave passed. You still would have known Dave. Oh, I still would have known Dave, yeah. There's plenty of stories about DCU and UCD over the years, and Dave in Crow Park. Yes. And all, he's a legend of UCD. Same with the late Brian Mullins as well. Yeah. Two UCD legends. Yeah, it's incredible that they're both gone now, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, but they left behind a good legacy now. Absolutely. Still talked about today. Absolutely. I'm just looking at the live chat on the YouTube with 300 or 400 devices on there now. Feel free to leave a message there if you want, or a comment as we go on. We have a nice crowd here as well behind the fence on the left and the right of us here, and in the huddle there you see UCD with the very nice blue jerseys as well, aren't they? It's a nice kit. It is, yeah. They're designed every 2 years now. Josh Ward must have a hand in that. He's a bit of a fashion designer. Every 2 years? Designed every 2 years? Designed every 2 years, yeah. I always thought that Jordanstown had the nicest ones, but that's a nice jersey. They're a really nice colour of blue and a bit of yellow trimming, and that's not a bad jersey either, in my opinion. What do you think? No, absolutely. If the footballers can live up to how nice the jerseys are now, we'll be in for a spectacle. We'll keep an eye on the teams here, of course, and see if they've got any changes or anybody's come in beyond the 15. If you can keep an eye on that, maybe David and I'll keep an eye on the game or try to follow it and see who lines out where, and maybe tactically as well, David, keep an eye out to see what way they're going, although most teams kind of play the same way these days, don't they? Yeah, well, and especially at this level, I think it's more of expressing yourself, and I hope to really see a good game here with the two teams going at it, you know, executing their skills, and hopefully get a good one. Absolutely. 2024 Electric Ireland Fresher 1 football final. Every time I say electric, I feel that I could do with a bit of heat here tonight because it's cold. I could do with a bit of electric, but maybe the game will warm us up. And is the goalkeeper coming out here? Is he? Where's the goalkeeper going? He's swapping ends, I think, is it? Are they switching ends? Yeah. Oh, you see the two lads there bumping into each other to warm it, and the short sleeves, of course. Yeah, the goalkeeper is going to the... He must have been at the other end, so he's gone all the way up there. At least he's taking a spare ball with him anyway to get ready. So apart from him, everybody seems to be in place here in Belfield. No wind at all. It is cold, of course, but other than that, it looks grand. Ground will be a little bit hard. There's a bit of sort of damp sort of moisture on the surface, but off we go. Alan Coyne throws it in, referee from Westmeath, and it is UCD looking up to put the ball into that full forward line right away, and they do, and they put it into Niall Hurley, who David was telling us about, and he gets a easy enough effort at that, and he's put it over the bar, and that is inside 15 seconds. David, you told me about him.
Yeah, that's a great score. Movement out in front of his man, the ball in was perfect. He could have maybe caught it for a mark, but he turned back onto his right and caressed it over the bar. Lovely score.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you think he knows where he's playing here as well. He judged that perfectly, but the two lads just didn't get close enough to him. Sure they didn't.
No, it was very slack marking now. They allowed him in pretty easy to get the ball, win it, and turn on to his right.
I would give a little bit of an excuse. It's slippy out there. It's a wee bit at maybe the surface, but still you'd expect them to get a bit closer than that. It all came from the throw-in and the good catch, but let's see how the game progresses now. There's a ball across the field looking for Cian O'Connor. UL in the white here with... is it green and black sort of bits all over the jersey as well, and they're over halfway right in front of us here. That's Owen McGreal, but they've lost it, or have they? Yeah, UCD have got it, and it's Carl Walsh, the Cork man, and he leaves it into Ben Hanifin. Cork and Kerry combining there in the pace. Oh, that foul comes in surely, but the referee has let him go. Nearly got a goal out of it there, but the other corner forward, McGinnity, now is trying to have a go at it. In hindsight, maybe UCD would have preferred the free, that at least maybe got a point out of it, but they make it a goal now. Oh, surely there was a foul there, but actually he's given it out the other way.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit harsh, that one now. Could have been a foul on Ben Hanifin when he through the first time.
Yeah, like here's, well, this is the first one here. It is. Yeah, well, he gave advantage, to be fair, and he nearly got a goal out of it, I suppose.
Just for the tug there, yeah, I suppose he got a shot away. Yeah, good referee.
It was a good save, actually, wasn't it?
It was a great save.
That was Dara Egan there. That was a great save. UCD certainly putting the pressure on, and UL under that pressure early on, but they're going to get a free out here. A little bit of relief for them, but they could be about 4 or 5 points down already, but they're 1 point down, and now they get it to Aaron O'Brien, their centre half back, and they're trying to make their way up the field, but they got turned over rather easily the last time. What can they do this time? This is Dara O'Connor leaving it off to Hugh O'Loughlin. That is Kerry and Mayo combining, and O'Loughlin tries to play it in there, but I think that was maybe the +1, and the captain David O'Rourke, and he moves it quickly over to that far side, and there is a good pace about this game already, and teams going for it, and that's what David was indicating at the start there. That's good about these sort of games. They're only thinking one way. They're not trying to be really ultra defensive, immediately looking up and saying, where can we put it, and running through the lines as well, and they're giving it to Walsh again. He has been dangerous in the first few minutes, and he might take his own score. A little bit of a dummy solo there. He must have thought he was a bit further out, and he's been blown for overcarrying there. Well, that's one of the things we'll have to watch out for. What do you think? Did he overcarry there?
Let's just have a look here.
Yeah, solo there. Yeah, there was just a slight hesitation there, wasn't there?
Hesitation, that's what he blew him for too.
But when a ref does that in the first 3 minutes, as you'll know, he's going to do that. So he's going to be consistent on that. So players will need to move. Or move it on quickly. Now, UL trying to get it, but that midfield battle has been won by UCD. Was it a rain? They have 2 dubs in the middle of the field, and they've got men running all over the place. Is that Cathal Walsh over there? I think it is. He's been really busy, and they feed it back out again. It's quite hard to see over there because the lights are on the other pitch over there, so they're kind of silhouettes when they go to that side, but that's definitely Michael McIver, number 11. And this is the big midfielder who started everything. No, it's not that. It's still McIver, actually. Or I think he went to midfield at the start of the game. That's what I'm thinking. Free in for UCD. A good lively start, David, isn't it?
Has been,
yeah. What do you like to see?
UCD has started really well here. You can see Michael and Niall Hurley's linking up a lot, so the centre channels for them is going to be really important. But must be also said is home advantage is massive in these colleges games.
Really?
You know, UL's travelling 1 or 2 hours. We even found it myself playing away from home. It takes you the first 10 minutes to get into the game. There's another excellent kick. Is
that going to reach? Of course it is. And I wonder, as I said with the first point as well, is that where players, they kind of know their range? It's their home pitch as well. I know you're talking more about the effect of the journey.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Even the UCD boys train here. They'll be here 2 or 3 times a week. It does make a huge difference in any game. And UL is still yet to settle them. We're 5 minutes in.
Let's look at the kick-out strategy if they have a particular one here. He's trying to go short-ish and certainly trying to keep possession. He's got a good kick there as well. And they have got possession back to the keeper. So maybe they can build now, but they really haven't been over halfway for anything more than a second or two. As soon as they've done it, they've given it away. Can they do a little bit better now? UL, here they come. with Colm Geary carrying it through the hands. That was all from the possession they got from the keeper, Darragh O'Keefe. So that's about a dozen passes already, and Geary has it again. They need to be quick here. The referee blew that over a carry-in here. You can't dilly-dally. You can't look up and take another look. You've got to do something. He's coming inside, and the pressure's coming in there. He's gone into the tackle, and he's got us free there. He has got us free. It could have went either way nearly there.
Definitely could. He was lucky. He sort of ran into the challenge. The way the referee has been blowing the steps, to be disappointed maybe not to have the free the other way, but again, nice chance here for the UL corner forward to settle this team down and get a score on the board.
Yeah, is the corner forward, was it 13 or 15 taken in? I'm not sure which one. Is it so it's Guilfoyle, the Mayo man. He's got a good dig in that as well. Is this their first score? It is. And at least they're on the board now, and after that initial period of trying to settle, maybe that will help them. Let's look at the kick out here. Ben McCarran from Air Rogue in Carlow, and he gets short as well. Have they lost it? No. UCD managing to hold on to possession, but a high press from UL trying to get it, but they've broken through that press, UCD, and they might benefit now because they've moved it quickly into the forwards, and they've look at the energy of the players and the way that they want to turn and go direct. And this is Ben Hanafin. Has he got that over the bar? He has, and that was really nice play. They moved that so quickly from defence to attack, didn't they?
Absolutely, yeah. It was a great kick pass in, great ball winning by Max McGinnity. He gave it off to Hanafin, and he tipped it over in the right foot. Lovely score.
3 points to 1 after 6.5 minutes, and a good reply by them. Nobody going short, and the press is high, so they have to go long with a kick out. And the UCD midfield, have they got it? No, on the break, and that looked like a tough, rough challenge, and it was on Brian Horgan, free to UL. There's certainly nobody holding back here, and that's what you'd expect.
No, yeah, no, it's great opening 7 minutes, so there is so far. Just noticing UCD's defence, they're leaving David O'Rourke, who I said was the young J.R. Brennan. He's sweeping in front of the defence, so he's stopping any early ball in, which is causing UL to go over and back the pitch here. So UCD will be happy with that.
Yeah, good spot. He is doing that. In fact, he already cut out one ball through the middle, didn't he? So he's sitting in there, and maybe it was him who came to tackle for the free that was given. I'm not sure, but they need to be careful with that. Oh, what a block that was. He was laying it up. I was thinking he was a bit far out, but it didn't matter. He didn't get that far, and the block was by the number 4, Niall Meehan, the Monaghan man from Carrick. And Carrick in Irish means rock. He was like a rock there, wasn't he, blocking that? Carl Walsh now from Mitchelstown again puts it down into the corner as UCD. They really transition quickly, and they've got 2 points from this exact angle, but he just didn't connect there at all. But yeah, credit to the Monaghan man back there.
It was a great block now. As a forward, you hate to see those ones, but as a defender, you love them. I'm sure his manager would love it too. And
it warmed the hands as well, David. There's no doubt about that in a night like this.
Absolutely.
And they kick out this time. They have got it off short, and they got it to Aaron O'Brien. And they are trying to move it through the hands as much as they can, but pressure exerted all over the place by UCD. So you really don't have any time on the ball. There's a real energy to this game early on, which is great to see. And you would expect it, of course, but it's still great to see. And that is Aaron O'Brien again, and now they've got a little bit of room, so they were nice and patient there. But look at the chasing back by Cathal Walsh. He's been all over the place in the first 10 minutes, up and down the field, and it's going to be a free. I am checking on the YouTube as we go on, so please feel free to leave a message there, as I will be monitoring that if you have any comments on the game as we go on. This ball comes across now to Thomas Ross, Sligo man, wearing number 4. On the familiar sight of the way teams are lined up, UCD sitting in there, and it is UL going round the edges and going from side to side, trying to find a way through, and patiently giving it back now to O'Brien again, and he's just taking a second and looking up, and if there's nothing on, they'll just again go from side to side, and now UCD come out to try and press a little bit higher, and UL trying to get in behind, and I think that is Cian O'Connor, the number 5. And UCD now have turned it over, and they will try and transition again as quickly as they possibly can. They've been very direct, they've been good at releasing the ball, but on this occasion they haven't, and they might now have been turned over, and they have. UL have got it back, and because UCD have committed a little bit, there might be a little bit of room in behind here, might be a little bit of joy for UL, and it's Cian O'Connor popping up in this side, and I don't see anything on for him, so he's going to have to go short. They haven't scored from play yet, UL, and they haven't had a goal from play, I don't think, but this is Thomas Ross again, the number 4, all the way up there, and that's a great effort, and it was from a bad angle, but he went for the goal there, and the goalkeeper had to be alert, and he was. It was Ben McCarran. He did seem to go for goal there, yeah?
He did, yeah. He took his man on the outside and was getting the benefit of the advantage, so he's right to go for the goal, and yeah, it's a good stop.
Yeah, good left foot effort, and good for the referee to give advantage as well. Good to see that. He let it go, but I thought he was going to fist it over the bar, but they are going to get a point in the end, are they? That's just inside the post. I think it was Darragh O'Connor who took that one. It was indeed, and that's 3 points to 2. But yeah, I was expecting him to fist it over the bar. So fair play to him for going for the goalie. It could end up in the top corner. And the short now goes to Aidan Curran for UCD. But look at the pressure applied on them. And I do talk about the energy. I do realise that these lads, David, they're only 18, 19 years old, so they should have plenty of energy. But still, great running there, and they sucked UL in there, and Rian O'Callaghan has got lots of room in front of him because of that. They're not going down the wings much. They like going down the middle, UCD, but this is McIver having to come back out. They'll try the right hand side now with James McCormick. He's from Temple Oak in Dublin. Off they go again. Real pace and vibrancy about this game, and this man here in particular, Walsh, he went one way then the other, and has he got a score there? Watching for the umpires, know he's gone wide, but they moved the ball quickly so forward, David, or so quickly forward.
Absolutely, quick transition. You can see usually these game plan is sort of get numbers back, leaving 2 up top, and then if they turn it over, they're gone at huge pace. So that time it was Rian O'Callaghan coming out from the back, the number 2.
And it was interesting down here. The 2 UL guys went in, and all of a sudden they were sucked in, and there was a huge space behind them. Now, what have we got? 11 minutes gone already in this game. We've had a couple of goal efforts too, so you know, good entertainment. What else would you want on a night like this? I hope there's plenty of neutrals coming in and admiring the talent that is out there on a night like this. Darragh O'Connor, number 13, he got that last score. They haven't scored yet from play, scored one from a free, but this could be their first from play, and it is. Darragh O'Connor from Beaufort in Kerry got the last 2 scores, and that was an excellent one.
That was an exceptional score. It was this Kerry man, a bit like Gooch on the left foot. He made it all himself, won the ball in on his left foot. Great score.
He loved that one now when they play it back on the way down on the bus. But you compared him with Gooch, he's going to love that one, David. But yeah, it was a lovely score. Just checking on the messages as we go on, and indeed, big audience online there. Never mind the Champions League, sure, you might as well watch the Electric Ireland Fresher 1 football final. I think it's the only Gaelic game you'll be able to watch tonight on a cold November night, a Wednesday night as well. Sure, why not? Oh, this is a great run by Aidan Curran. He's got a bit of space there, and he just leaves it off to Max McGinnity. And can he get free? Men around him hanging off him, but he goes onto his right foot, and as soon as he get onto that, well, the referee has blown, but I think he's going to let that go. He seemed to come in at the last minute there as he kicked it over and blew. But I don't know about you, you'll know Max better, but as soon as he got into that position, I thought that's gone over. Yeah,
he just, as soon as he got the ball, he went to take on his man, got the benefit then of having an advantage and swung on to his right. We've got another use. No, the UL man done well there.
Yeah, UL man recovered well. I think it was O'Kane O'Connor. And it's 4 points to 3, 13 minutes gone. Some excellent scores. And I don't know if this is significant or not, but UCD, I think they've had 3 scores from more or less the same position on the right foot. Maybe it's because our cameras are behind it, and also even the frees from that same position. And this is UL now. They've got into their rhythm a little bit as well, but that was Dahi Hogan unable to keep possession in there. But they've got it back, and that was good pressure from Horgan, I think it was. And UL doing really well there to get possession back, and he's going to have to release that quickly, and it's on the ground, it's anybody's, and it's going to be a free out for UCD. Give it back to the goalkeepers. Hardly a second to bring you in here, David, sorry, but they're just the pace of the game, and you don't often see it in men's football these days, but it is great to see it. Ben McCarran, the goalkeeper, coming out there and knitting it all together. Not much kick passing around this sort of area. They just want to keep possession, and that's wise, especially the ball will be slippy, and they just want to move it up through the field, and that's what they're doing, waiting for the extra man or the man over the shoulder. And this man Curran did this exactly a minute ago. He carried the ball forward well. Everybody wearing gloves, of course, not just for the cold, but there's a lot of damp on the ball as well. This is McIver now, and he is looking for a bit of room, just laying it off. A lot of lads with the body armour as well, of course, don't blame them for that. This is Andrew Flynn. He's from Clongish in Longford, and now they go all the way back because he couldn't find a way through, and UL are back. So we're back to a different phase. But there's a burst through from the middle of the field, and he's taken them on. He meets one challenge, leaves it off to Niall Hurley on his right foot. He fancies it. Has he got the range? Oh, he has. That's a super score as well. Great score from Niall Hurley from Clare Morris, but it was all about the run for me that made the break.
Absolutely, it was a great run from number 8 there, James McCormick, the Dublin man. Split the defence straight through the middle, laid it off to Hurley. He's on fire. He's 3 points out of 5. Excellent score. And
that's exactly 1 quarter played. Could be a turnover here. No, UL have managed to get it back again. Now the kick pass we see, and that's a good one as well. That's well taken by the number 13, and that is Dara O'Connor, who's got 2 of their scores out of the 3, and he's forced to come back out again. Challenges coming in all over the place. You have really no time at all on the ball. This is Guilfoyle onto his left foot. Has he got enough there? Just about. It might end up in the goal. It has ended up in the goal, and I think he was going for the point. I'm pretty sure he was going for the point, but they benefited there. And let's see what happened. Was it Horgan in the end who put it into the net? This is Guilfoyle, and it came off the keeper and maybe the crossbar, and it was Horgan put it in net from Kilmichael. He's a road bowling champion, by the way, and he nipped in there to get that goal, and I think that was a little bit fortunate, but fair play to them. They got forward, and they have attacked quite well over the last 5 or 6 minutes, and they went for it, and he's going for it as well. That's not going to reach us. It is Dara O'Keefe from Moy Van and Kerry, and UL have had a glorious 60 seconds, a goal and a point, and they've turned this one around.
Absolutely, no one could have seen that coming again. The first bang going back to the goal was great take on play from the Dara O'Connor man. Give it off, the shot dropping short, but you make your own luck. He followed it in, he got his goal, and then an excellent score after as well. So UL have their tails up now.
I love the way everyone's so direct. Maybe it's just the innocence of youth, but as soon as they get the ball, they're not looking to play it back out the field, or maybe it's coaches not shouting at them saying recycle, don't risk it. They're turning and they're going for it every time. Like O'Connor was there under pressure in the corner, and he turned and went, I'll go straight.
Yeah,
it's great to see.
That's college football really summed up there in your line there. Like, there's never any shouting from management. It's all just express yourself, express the skills, and you can see that there, the amount of attacks towards goal and the ball going into the forwards, it's been excellent on both sides. Well,
there's another one into the forwards, and this one is to Max McGinnity, and he'll want to get on that right foot, so he'll shrug him off, come on to the right. Will he fancy it from that bad angle? No, he takes another move into the left, and he might try and fist it over. He's gone to ground, and he's going to get us free again. That's another example. He's just gone straight at them, and if you take a risk, like the goal a minute ago, if you take a risk, you can get a goal out of nothing, but you have to take the risk, don't you?
It's exactly it. And like, even though we're seeing it here, both teams are dropping men back, the ball's going in early, they're taking their men on, and you know, that's different to clubs and counties where you're told to recycle and come back round. These players are actually going towards the goal. They want to get scores. They're, as you say, they're young, they're playing with freedom, expression, and it's adding to a very exciting game here. 18 minutes gone, 1-4 to 6 points as Niall taps another one over.
Excuse the pun, but it is refreshing. You know, it's freshers, but it really is. It's great to watch, and it means that we now have a scoreline after 18 minutes of 1-4 to 6, and UL in the lead by a point after, well, you did say, David, to be fair, that after a long journey teams take 10 minutes. They did.
They did, yeah, and now they're up by a point, so they'll be happy, I'd say, with 18 minutes gone to be a point up, but here comes UCD again in the charge.
They are, and he was the one who created the point a minute ago, and he might end up with a goal here, and he just slaps it to the net, and it's James McCormick from Templeogue, Dublin. This is a great entertaining game, it really is. We had a goal a minute ago, UL took the lead, and UCD have hit them back, and the big fella there, well, he just slapped that to the net.
He did, he steamrolled through the middle, he made a chance for Niall Hurley, who popped over a point before that, and he's gone again. So hard to stop them strike runners through the middle, moving at pace. Simple 1-2 in the net, and UCD again take the lead. It's been a cracking game so far.
He reminds me of Brian Fenton, who's obviously just announced his retirement from the inter-county game, but he's that sort of pace and build about him around the middle, yeah?
He does, yeah. He's very powerful, very hard to stop now. As other counties, we're nearly happy to see the end of Brian Fenton, but if you're telling me there's another one coming now, it might be. I
know, he's from Templeogue, and Fenton's he's only 31, but like, he'd been there, done it all.
He achieved so much in the 10 years he played with Dublin. It's incredible to him. It's a terrific achievement for him too, and he owes nothing to that jersey.
Absolutely. And it's that colour of jersey that UCD are wearing tonight. It's very similar. And by the way, There's somebody on the YouTube asking who the referee is. Was it Adam Heron asking? The referee's Alan Coyne from Westmeath, and you know, we haven't noticed him so far, which is good.
Absolutely, yeah. He's letting it flow. He's again, the referee's adding to the game here. He's letting contact go. He's blown for overcarrying. He's been fair for both teams. Maybe that was a bit of a push
He's
there,
let that go too. Two men went down.
Push, maybe.
Yeah, you have to earn it. You have to earn it.
That was a lift off.
And it's a free out. You see what that meant to UL there.
Yeah, maybe looking to get another score or two on the board before half time of 10 minutes. Just to settle themselves after UCD's goal.
Aaron O'Brien there, the number 6 with a fist pump. Defenders love it when they get the turnover and get the decision. It's 1-6 to 1-4. It's UCD back in front, but UL are really making a game of this after a poor start. And they do have some attacking prowess as well. They've switched the direction now by giving it out to Cian O'Connor. And they're moving the ball quickly, but that's gone in accurately. That's the problem when you kick past David, isn't it? If it hits that surface, but they do have the possession still. And it's another Kerry man. It's Dara O'Keefe. And he's been told to go back a little bit. And he's going to take this one here, but where can he go with it? And I think it's partly when you kick it, the surface is slippy and the ball just will absolutely race off the surface, and you have to be aware of that. Look at the pace again. This is Hugh O'Loughlin, Mayo man, and they feed it back to Dara O'Connor, and he's too far from goal, so he just slips it across. And this is Colin McHale from Moy Davids. Hogan now taking it up, the Tipperary player, out to Dara O'Keefe. McHale again. They're just being patient. Colm Geary, they're looking for movement up ahead, but UCD have their structure set there. They have a couple of men sitting in there. It's not going to be easy to find a way through. They kind of need somebody like James McCormick, what he's done a few times at the other end, to take responsibility and charge through the middle and break the line. Do they have someone to do that? They're just going from side to side, and it comes back to O'Connor. They have 3 O'Connors, by the way, out there. This is Geary. And he decides to go down the right, but they're just going around the fringes really. Can they get close to goal? They have got close a couple of times. They've got a goal. It was a little bit fortunate, but they did go for it, and they had another chance of a goal as well. Now O'Connor, he's just outside the scoring zone for him, but look at the pressure on him there, and that's been applied by Niall Hurley, working hard, but he's fouled. Now they have an opportunity to play it in, but they played that inaccurately. It had to be pinpointed, it wasn't, but they've still got possession, and it's Dara O'Keefe now. And it's O'Connor again, and it is a free in, and the referee's been consistent in those sort of challenges, you have to say that.
He has, yeah. Number 11 there, is it Dahi? O'Keefe picked it up, and it was just a bit of a high challenge, and yeah, again, very consistent, and this should be hopefully another tap over score.
I mean, you remember the first point that they got from a free, it was the same point of same area in the ground, and it was the same challenge. He's been very consistent in that slapping in, and they've been punished twice there.
Yeah, and again, as a forward for Dahi there, it's a nice handy free to get in front of the goals, and again keeps them ticking over, keeps the confidence high.
Kick out goes long this time, breaks, and taken by that fella McCormick, who is having an increasingly important influence in the game, and again he's going forward at pace, and he wants it again. He wants a return from Hurley. Those two have been linking well. David, you really picked up on that earlier, that they link well, but this time he's gone on past him on his own, on a solo run, but he might come back, and indeed he is, but he's going to give it back out to Curran. Curran comes inside for UCD, and he's got options across the middle, and now it's their turn to try and find a way through, and they move the ball nice and quickly, really pacey across the pitch to change the direction of attack. They're right over in the right corner now in the space of what, about 10 seconds. They're just trying to get a little bit of room. Really nippy corner forward play. This is real pace, and he takes a shot, and just to the right, the speed of him there.
Yeah, I think that was Ben Hanifin, was it, the Kerry man? Showed him on the outside, came in then.
Put on the burners.
He did, surely. And again, went for goal. Yeah, great to see him going for goal from there too, you know. Many people would have tapped it over the bar. He wanted a goal.
Yeah, really pacey stuff. Now, is that a substitution?
Indeed,
certainly, yeah. The flag is up on the far side.
Cornerback number 2 there is going off.
Yeah, there is a sub has come on, and it's for UL, and it's the number 20 for UL. Who went off there? Did you say
number 2, the cornerback.
Oh, so Michael Kelly has gone off.
20 on, yeah. Seems a positional change. He's gone into the middle of the field, it looks like too, so they've done a wee bit of reshifting.
So it's UL now getting another free, and he takes it nice and quickly as well. That's Dahi Hogan. Gives it to Hugh O'Loughlin. That's A brave effort from there. I thought it was a point, but he went for a pass actually, or he'd claim it was a pass certainly, and they do get a point out of it. And to me, David, that was all about the quickness of the taking the free, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, it was great ball winning skills from Dahi inside. He won it well, give it off the shoulder. As you say, he'd be claiming that as a pass. He was lucky with it. They got a point out of it though, but I must compliment both sets of teams. The handling's been excellent. The skills have been through the roof. You know, there's been very little ball on the ground given away. It's high class stuff so far.
And it was 20 who came on, wasn't it, for UL? That is Robert Hennigan from Michael Glavies in Roscommon. And that rings a bell because I was keeping an eye on the chat on YouTube, and there was a few lads there, and for example Sean Breheny said he doesn't understand how Hennigan doesn't start. I'm sure there's a reason. So obviously people were expecting him to play. He's a great young prospect. Well, he's in the play now. UL have thrown him in there, but there's Michael McIver throwing the ball over the bar for another score for UCD. This is terrific football. I'm really enjoying this game. It's a breath of fresh air, and it's over the bar again, and that's 1-7 now to 1-6 with a great entertainment. Two goals and 13 points.
Exactly, great score from Michael again in around the shooting area. Great technique. There's been very little wides, very little hours. As you said, it's a great game so far. Yeah,
I just love the pace of it. They don't hang around, and that's what we want, especially in a night like this. Oh, brilliant effort there to try and catch it, and he nearly got it. That was O'Loughlin, but they do have possession. Geary. And there is Hennigan who is in the game. How would you pronounce that? Hennigan?
I think it's Heenahan.
Heenahan?
I might have played against his brother Cahill with UL a few years ago. Yes, Roscommon man. I think that might, Cahill Heenahan. I think that could be the same, maybe a brother, maybe, or a cousin. But if he's from Roscommon, and the Michael Glavies club does ring a bell as well.
He's obviously rated the way people are talking about him, and they were surprised that he didn't start. So he's in there now, and in the middle of it, in the thick of it. This is Conn Lorraine. He plays it down into the forwards, and that's McGinnity coming out and wins it, and the referee again plays advantage and then gives the free in. I wonder, is Heenahan coming on partly to try and counter James McCormick in the middle? You know, the strength of his pace and coming through there.
It definitely looks like that. He's set out around the middle for them, so they made a couple of positional changes. But again, just going back to that ball in, it was great ball winning ability by McGinnity. He took his man on, won the free, and again, something so simple with the ball being kicked in like that, it really does go a long way, and hopefully he can put another point on the board here for UCD.
But I mean, if you're UL management there, David Power and the boys, I mean, you can't be having someone like McCormick almost at will there. Every time he goes through, he gets a goal, he gets a point, and he has that threat there, so they have to try and counter that.
Absolutely, yeah. So as you said, McCormick has won one to his name, and he's set up another one or two scores as well, so he has been really a player of the half here for UCD so far, with just under 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, 3 minutes to half time. 2 points in it as I look at the scoreboard, which has Dave Billings' name on it. Thomas Ross gets this one now. He's been all the way forward. In fact, he had a shot at goal, but he's been overturned here. Hannafin has it. This is Hurley. He's very dangerous, but he's surrounded there by white jerseys and has to readjust. He's still being followed. There was a bit of a tap on him there, and possibly not only the tap on the shoulder, I think maybe the ankles maybe collided as well, and it's a free in. And not much doubt about that one. Referee on the spot again. He tried to give as much advantage as he could, and the defenders for UL will be disappointed with themselves there. They were trying to get to him, and it was almost accidental, but you just have to keep the hands off. Yeah,
and again, if you look at where that came from, those 3 UCD players around the UL man there putting on serious pressure, turned it over, and have another opportunity to add a score. So again, the energy and hungers there from UCD is what is evident in this first half.
And that could be a 3-point lead if he gets this, and he's put one over from a very similar angle, so he's judged it perfectly before, and he's done it again. Last minute and a half of the first half, and UCD have just etched out a 3-point lead in the last few minutes, and it seems a while now since UL actually scored. Such is the pressure all over the pitch, even though they've brought Heenahan on. This is Dara Egan from Carrick Edmund, and he tries to go short, gets it to Ross, but look at the pressure he's on under right away from UCD. He's going to get us free there, and he was a bit fortunate there, David, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Again, the pressure was relentless from UCD in the kick out, so they're really putting a good squeeze on them, and then they're working hard to get back now into defensive shape.
Yeah, look, I mean, Cal Walsh is back there, and we've seen Niall Hurley getting back there as well. Great energy, and yes, they are young lads, but still, you've got to get out there and do it, and they have been. Great appetite. And that's one of the reasons why they lead by 3 with 1 to go in the first half. And UL could really do with just a wee score here to get a little bit closer. Haven't scored, as I said, for a while. They come out to Ross, and it was Ross who was turned over for that last score. He's going to just leave it off here to Cian O'Connor. Just going round the edges again, and I'm just monitoring here, and I know, David, you're watching off camera as well. And UCD not only have O'Rourke in there, they've Donoghue in there as well. They're just sitting in there, just marking the space and just shifting from side to side and waiting to see where the ball comes in. It's more O'Rourke now on his own in there, sitting in the pocket. And UL, it could be a few minutes here. We could get to the half-time whistle because we're coming up to added time here, and they're not making any progress. They're not getting close. This is Geary. Can they get closer now? They give it to the right man anyway. Guilfoyle. He's been very good, as has this man McHale, and Darragh O'Connor in the other corner. Now he goes, oh, lovely dummy solo. Flynn slipped there, and I thought he was just going to get a chance, but now he's running into trouble. He's carried it in, releases it, and now they may have created a little bit of an overlap, a little bit of room there, but still they need a shooter, and they're still quite away from goal. And this phase has been, what, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and eventually have they got it back? They don't. Just when it looked like UCD had got it back, it goes over the bar. And was it the midfielder? No, it was the number 10, Hugh O'Loughlin from Mayo, and that just what they needed.
It was, yeah. Great patience, great score. As you said, walked it side to side, got the runner through the middle. Maybe a bit fortunate with the hand pass, but he got it up and kicked a wonderful score, and they're away again here.
Yeah, they might get another one. They might get even closer. And that was good from Colin McHale. He fancies it. He's got a pocket of room, and I didn't think he'd miss with that left foot of his. That's a super score from Sean Guilfoyle. Another score from a Mayo man, and they have closed the gap to a point. A great finish to the first half, although that will be something UCD will be disappointed about.
Yeah, 3 points up there leading into stoppage time. UL will be really happy to claw that back there now. 2 wonderful work scores, we must say, and again, alluding back to, we've 2-17 scored in the first half here. It's been a game of high quality, high pace. It's been serious appetite for work out there, and we've got great players on show.
Yeah, and just to sum up the first half, I'd say a point in it is about right. I mean, the two teams have been well matched. They've had their little spells, haven't they?
They have, yeah. Both teams now had their little purple patch where they were on top, and again, UCD made hay of it with 1, 2 or 3 whenever they had theirs, and then UL finishing off there with 3 scores in a row. So again, it makes for a very interesting second half, and you know, both teams, you have to commend them. They've adapted to the conditions really well. As you alluded to earlier, it's frosty out there, it's cold, you know, the pitch, the ball winning, the ball handling, the skill execution is adding to this game, and it's high quality stuff.
It really is. That's the way to sum it up. High quality first half. The players are staying out even though it's freezing, which means they mightn't actually be too long before we start the second half. But we'll take a break. We'll be back as soon as they come out to start again. I reckon it'll be about 5 minutes. Both teams coming out for the second half. And the referee, Alan Coyne, getting ready to get us underway again. Has he changed his jersey? Was he wearing red in the first half? Maybe he's put on an extra layer. Don't blame him, because it's
took off a layer, did he? He had the wind cheater on. I think he took off a layer. He
was that what it is? So
move a wee bit more this half.
So we had a really good first half, 1-9 to 1-8. Referee just checking everybody's ready. Linesperson's way in the middle of the pitch for some reason. We'll keep an eye for substitutions as well. David Garland's with me. David, keep an eye on that for me, if you will, while I follow the play. Big James McCormick, one of the star men in the first half, off he goes and running again. He got a goal in the first half from a run like this and set up a few as well, and he's immediately taken the game. And he's taken it to them right away. And you know what? A lot of the games you see these days in men's football, the ball would still be being kicked around at the back, but these guys have gone direct, they've gone forward, they're looking for a score, and they might get one. And he's put it over the bar, and it's Andrew Flynn, and that's a great start to the second half. You know what I mean, David? I mean, you know what you see when county games, they win it from the throw-in and they pass it back, the other team retreats, but they went straight at them and they got the reward.
Exactly, and you reference Big James again there. He's having a great game so far. Went straight at the heart of the defence, scored there within inside 30 seconds of the restart, so great start for UCD.
Kick out from Dara Egan. And that's good work by Cal Walsh, the 13 there, getting above the number 12, Brian Horgan, to win that ball for his team. And now he lays it off and they're going direct again. And it's McIver again. He laid one off and he's going for goal this time, and he's got it as well. It's from St Vincent's and Meath. What a start to the second half, a point and then a goal. They've really gone for it, UCD, here on their home pitch. That's the way to play it. Go direct, go straight, and they get a reward. And they now have a very useful lead.
They do indeed. Some great play from Michael. Got on the ball at pace, ran through the heart of the defence, and be a bit lucky with the finish. He was looking for the near corner, but went into the far corner, and they'll take that. It's a great start for them.
And for me, that was from the pressure from the kick out as well. And it was Cathal Walsh who got up, and he was shorter than the fellow who went up, but he won the ball and it came from there. And again, no going backwards. You know, no. People talk about the new rules and that they want players to not be able to pass the ball back. It doesn't matter, these lads.
No, it's definitely it's a trait we've seen the UCD team even in the first half. The work rate off the ball and the hunger to turn it over is there to be admired. They're a really well-gelled team.
Now, UL did respond in the first half, but they're going to have to respond again. And that's a good ball. That's a good start. Hugh O'Loughlin has it onto his right foot, and this is going over as it just comes off the post and over the bar. Really good response. You love to see this. One score at one end and then one at the other. They've responded well.
They have indeed, yeah. It's a great score from Hugh there. He's 1-2 now. And again, as you're saying, it's a test of UL's character now to respond from a goal and a point. And again, if they do so, it'll really gel the team going into the championship, and you know they can go the whole way.
Well, you played at this level. How important is it to win the league or to build for the championship, or do you just want both and just play it as you can?
Well, you'd love to be greedy and get both, but you know, in the league, you know, a club championship's running late, and you know your availability of players, you don't usually have, you know, everyone available. Whereas after Christmas, there's a bit more leeway, and you do. We only won the championship whenever I was in DCU, and again, it's a great trophy to win, but I think if you're greedy as any athlete, you'd love to win both. Absolutely.
Championship is later, but tonight it's all about the league. And is it about putting down a marker as well, or does that give you a bit of a target then when you win it?
Yeah, that's, I know whenever we didn't obviously win the league, but UUJ did, and we played them in the first round of the championship in Freshen, a straight knockout up in DCU, and we went out with a marker to beat them, and I think we actually bet them that day by 10 points. I remember it fondly.
10 points?
10 points, yeah. We played them off the park.
But then you were motivated by losing the previous game, so
exactly,
it did work for you.
So again, it's a toss of a coin really, which you prefer. Oh, that's a great score.
That's a decent effort. A brilliant effort, in fact, by Darragh O'Connor from Kerry, and we expect that from a Kerry man. A lovely score, and after seeing him in the first half as well, and that's really good play by UL. After suffering a goal and a point, they've come back terrifically.
I think he might have heard the Gooch comment in the first half with that score. Well, wonderfully taken, and again, it's a great response from UL. They went 5 down there. UCD hit 1-1 in the trot to go 5 ahead, and they've come back now right into a one-score game.
And David, you're of course Donamoyne. Well, there's another Monaghan man has come on there. I think 23 for UCD. Tom Doherty from Drumhowen.
Yeah, Drumhowen. They were just recently betting the junior championship actually last week. So Tom, I'd say has been not really here too often, but
off the post. Oh, but that was lucky that the number 7 Adon Curran was alert, so the post has been hit at either end there, and UL getting away with this one, and now they're going to get up the pitch as well. They scored 2 points in the last couple of minutes after conceding a goal and a point, but they're being forced back, and surely that was a foul. Sorry, did you want to finish your point about the Drumhowen man?
Tom was one of Drumhowen's main men in the forward line for them. I think they were bet by Craban last week at Derry, and he scored 7 out of the 9 points. So he did for them. So yeah, he's another man who has his eye in for a score or two for UCD, and they'll be hoping he can get one on the board or two on the board for them.
Well, there was people wanting Heenahan on, and I suppose maybe you find at this level, at this league final stage, that maybe some really, really good players just aren't quite up to it yet, and they've maybe been in the subs, but they're fantastic players and would probably start championship.
There's another move here. He's in again, is he?
It's Darragh O'Connor again, wanted to get on the left foot, out to Guilfoyle, trying to create a little bit of space. Heenahan, as he got that inside the post, I think it is it? The two umpires look and they give it. Well, that's why he was brought on. That's the ability that people were referring to, David.
Absolutely, referring to your point, you don't know at the stage of players carrying injuries. You know, a lot of players there could have had hard club campaigns, only finished a week or two, and managers have to be careful to slowly ease them back in, because the last thing you want for any young player is to experience an injury or a burnout problem that could, you know, not see them then after Christmas at all.
But I suppose there's players as well that maybe for 1 or 2 issues maybe aren't able to give full commitment at certain points, and then he's given other lads games, so he can't bring them on at the start.
Absolutely, yeah. So again, and you know, he kicked a wonderful score there, and if it's a tactical move from, there's an interception from him as well, nearly.
Yeah, good hand in there as well. So yeah,
tactical move from Dave Power. It's coming to good effect.
And it's a tricky one for managers, because they want to play their full team, don't they? Their strongest team. And this game, I was going to say it's opening up. It's been open all the way through. And there's a high one. It's going to be easy for the goalkeeper. No pressure on Egan there. And again, there's no hanging around. There's none of this passing from side to side. It's just go for it. Now he spilled that, but he's done well in the end, Flynn. Or rather, no, that was Geary, of course. Got the wrong number 8 there. No, wrong number 12. Ooh, it's cold. Thomas Ross. They come back across. This is Geary for UL. And to be fair, you know, with the start of the second half, you could have nearly thought UL might fade a wee bit here, but not a bit of it. This is Sean Guilfoyle. Comes back out to McHale. Accurate kick pass to Darragh O'Connor. And I think at this stage UCD know all about him. That's going to go over the line, and it does. A little mistake there. Yeah, UCD very aware now, I think, of O'Connor, and they're making sure he doesn't get on that left foot too much, and they keep him away from goal as much as they can. This is the other 15. This is Max McGinnity. Good strong play from him as the challenges fly in. They get their free, and Walsh looking to take it quickly, but McGinnity says, I'll take it. Not too many options ahead, and it's now UL have the spare man in there, Aaron O'Brien from Wicklow. He's sitting in there in the pocket. And it's UCD's turn to go round the edges. 8 minutes into the second half. 2:10 plays 1:11. 2 points in it. And that's terrific scoring. You don't often see high scoring like that these days in men's football, but that's a really healthy scoreline. And there might be another score here for O'Ryan, and he's put it inside the post. He found a pocket of space there, and the Kilmacud man from just down the road here from Belfield gets a really good score.
Yeah, great move again. Patience, had the gap through the middle, exploited it. And again, as you said, alluding to the score, and there, the score taking's been excellent. There's been very few wides, and it's added to the game. And again, skill execution in college is so important, and these players are doing it to a great level.
2:11 to 1:11 then. Just looking over at the scoreboard here, and the Dave Billings scoreboard here in Billings Park. 2:11 plays 1:11, 38 minutes and a half. So 1 goal in it. And UL, they were ahead briefly in the first half, but they've been behind for the rest of the game. This is Guilfoyle. They're forced to go back out to the middle, and UCD just policing the area, going from side to side. But now Darragh O'Connor has him. That usually spells danger. Can he use his right foot as well? Well, he does dummy solos all over the place, right and left, and leaves it off to Geary. Kerry and Cork combining for the University of Limerick. And Munster trio. This is Dahi Hogan from Tipperary, the St Patrick's Club, which is in the south of the county. Guilfoyle again, they're having to be patient, and now the dart through the middle, just outside the scoring zone. So they get it to Ross if he can. Has he got it? He has, but he's under pressure, and that's going to go well to the left and go wide. He was under serious pressure, and credit there to the UCD defence.
They did, held strong, so they did, and again, with any pass that was made inside the 45, there was significant pressure on the player and they forced him into a difficult shot.
Now from the kick out by Ben McCarran. Oh, brilliantly taken, or has it? No, it's spilled from Michael McIver, and instead Aaron O'Brien prevailed, and now it's Heenahan, and he gets away from McIver, comes inside, gives it to Guilfoyle. He goes for it. I think that's going over, you know. That's a brilliant score. So many great scores tonight from distance.
Yeah, it's an exhibition and point taken from both sides. They are just caressed that lovely over the bar, a couple of yards even to spare on it, and for the remaining 20 minutes here, it's nip and tuck. UL will be really happy with the response to UCD's 1-2 at the start of the half, and they're back to within a 2-point game.
From the short, he does well. Rian O'Callaghan from Drumcliff Ross's Point in Sligo, and they get it back now to the goalkeeper. By the way, on the live chat, there's a complimentary message from Liam McDonald. Enjoying the live stream. Loved watching Davey play college football over the last number of years. A joy to watch. Big fan of yours, Davis. You must know him.
Absolutely not. I have no idea what he's talking about. That's a club man of mine. I'd say he's going to wish me well in the commentary career, because I might give up the football after this.
Oh, no, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. He'll not want to hear that. He'd be withdrawing his comment. 2-11 to 112, 2 points in it, 19 minutes to go. It's cold, but the football is warming us up here. It's been terrific, and there's another brave effort as well, and you heard the roar, which always indicates it's gone over the bar, because the rest of his teammates on the sideline knew from that side it was going over, and guys taking risks all over the place, and they're getting their reward. And that is 2-12 to 112. I don't know actually who scored it.
I think it was Niall Hurley again, the 14.
Yeah, it was. Oh, right, yeah, it was.
2 ways again.
3 in it again.
Excellent game.
And UCD are just keeping that comfort there, aren't they? That little blanket there. They're just keeping the distance there. UL are fighting and scoring some lovely points, but they just cannot get close. But long way to go now, and they've some very talented forwards. And there's Guilfoyle just proving the point. He loves a dummy solo, doesn't he, there? And they've been taking another terrific score. It's real exhibition stuff here. Look at that.
It is. It's a brilliant game. That's quality dummy solo, and the score from Guilfoyle. That's 2 in a row for him, and UL will be looking for himself and 13 to keep them in this game.
Don't know who the defender was, but he bought that, didn't he?
I think it was the man. I'm not going to say too much.
No, don't say that. Well, give him a wee bit of a benefit. It's slippy out there.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But they've handled the conditions well, both teams.
But there's great score at one end and then the other. UL just can't get close enough to get ahead. It's one end and then the other. It's just really, really good stuff. Maybe the boys who are doing the rule changes will be heartened by watching this tonight. I know the rule changes are still needed overall, but in a game like this, they're not needed.
No, and if you watched any college football maybe in the last couple of years, it's the one game of football you go to and be like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the game, because as we're watching here, the two teams is just going toe-to-toe at it, score for score, and it's been a terrific game with just 17 minutes left on the clock.
There's an interesting question from Evan Curry. Who's your man of the match so far? I'll let you think about that for a minute, David, while we watch this. Oh, free out. What was that for?
I think he's done him for charge, and he seems to indicate with the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a question of steps as well, but seems to be charged, and he's going to move it up as well for a bit of descent, is he? No.
Yeah, well, credit to UL there. They sat in, but can they get a score here and get closer? I think it was a point in it a minute or two ago, but if they could get a goal, obviously they go ahead. We've added them up now on the scoreboard there for you, 18-16. And they've 1 or 2 goal threats. If they could get a goal, but for now they'd be happy enough with a point. Oh, he's brought it back. Advantage, yeah. Who's the best player so far out there?
Best player, I'm a left-footed player myself. Been really impressed with Darragh O'Connor and Guilfoyle for the UL team. And then if you're leaning towards the old college UCD, you have to say James McCormick in the middle and Niall Hurley up front have been the two for them. So we'll go 50-50 so far.
Okay. Long way to that decision as well. That's extremely high and left and wide. Is it going to stay in? It isn't. Well, we haven't seen too many wides. Haven't seen too many like that. But at least they're taking them on. You love to see that. I hate when you hear coaches going, what are you doing? If you recycle it, we told you not to do that. It's not a percentage shot. These guys are just going for it. And credit to the management for letting them.
Absolutely, sure. There's an old saying, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Or you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Conal O'Rian and his midfield partner doing well. They have a good midfield there. Both Dubs, Templeogue and Kilmacud have been doing well out there for UCD. And this is the number 5, Oscar Donoghue from Na Fianna, another dub. Hanifin there as well, but they come back to O'Rourke. And you've described him as the young Ger Brennan. Of course, Ger's still young, but younger.
Getting younger every day.
Yes.
O'Rourke
manager again. And now it's their turn, but there's 13 UL men behind the ball, making it really difficult. Maybe they'll try and work it again to McCormick to make the break through the middle. That's worked, and look, he's got his hands out. He's going, give it, I'll take it, and he's got it. Off he goes now, and look at that. Thomas Ross knew what he was going to do, and he says, we've got to stop him. They're after him again. They can't stop him, the big fella. He's a colossus in the middle. He's another Brian Fenton, but he didn't have the finish. He ran out of room there.
He did, just ran out of a bit of steam, maybe going on to his weaker left foot that time, but if that's the only thing he has to improve over the next 1 or 2 years, he'd be happy enough. Another great run. Another substitution in here now for UCD.
It's UCD, isn't it?
Yeah, this man.
What number do you got? A number now?
13 is going off and 17 on.
So Cathal Walsh is going off. 17 is Paul O'Brien, and he's, funny enough, Drumcliff Ross's point, the same as the number 2, Rian O'Callaghan. So that's 2 from that one club in Sligo. They must be mates. They must have decided to come to UCD together. Kick out is going to go over the far side. Then is it going to get to the line? It doesn't. It's picked up well by Hugh O'Loughlin. And another good, quick, direct ball into the forwards. Get it in there. And they have got possession. And look, he turns one way and the other, taking his man on. And that's great play. And Heenahan is in the middle. If he gets it, he does get it. Chance here. I thought there was going to be a goal chance. They'll take a point if they can get it. And they get it. Dara O'Keefe from Moyvan. Super score again. We're in the last quarter of the game. And it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, again, great pick up over on the far side, as you alluded to. The ball quickly played in. Quick 1-2 into Heenahan. He laid it off to O'Keefe. Slotted over the bar. At times they're making it look like a simple game out here. They
really are. Super game. Very open. Well taken by Brian Horgan this time. And Brian again takes it quickly. We love to see it. Guilfoyle, how many times has he shown the ball like that? But it doesn't quite work this time. I think the defender was maybe saying, you're not doing that twice. You're not putting me on my backside twice. This has come out now to Colm Geary. And UL have the bit between their teeth now, and they've done well in defence. And now they're trying to get an equaliser. And it's that man Heenan, he's asking for the ball. He's starting to run the show out there, isn't he? 1 point
set up the last score as well.
12.5 minutes to go, and now Guilfoyle puts it in there. Oh, brilliant defending. Was that the captain, was it? I think it was maybe O'Rourke who come out and won that, but let's follow the ball for now and see what they get out of it. Will they get a score from that great catch and great bit of play at the back? Is it going over? Of course it is. There's been so many great scores in this game. That was all about the great intervention at the back. Just when UL were trying to get an equaliser, it was UCD who got in there and turned it over, and indeed it was David O'Rourke.
Yeah, again, the young Gerald Brennan quote there. Quick transition up the field to Hurley. He went on to his weaker left foot, and again, excellent score.
I wouldn't mind having a weaker left foot like that. That was a great finish. And again, they're just keeping UL at bay all the time.
Yeah, and in fairness to UL, the second half, they've come back well twice now whenever the game looked like they're going away from them, and they still have 10 minutes here, and they definitely won't give up hope.
No, these lads will go all day and all night if they have to. That's the feeling you get from this kind of game. Just over 11 minutes to go. You can't take your eyes off it. It's been really entertaining, fast-flowing football. There's the 17 who you were talking about, Paul O'Brien, who came in for UCD. They've gone down the left. Look at the pace. Oh my goodness, that's frightening pace. He put on the accelerator. They're going to bring it back, I think, for a free. He was fouled somewhere along the way there. Is that Hanifin?
It is Hanifin,
yeah,
Kerry
you the pace of him.
He had one of those opportunities in the first half whenever he nearly got a goal, and he's went for the same there again, unless he was fouled for a bit of a high challenge. But again, he's electric pace, so he has.
Saw a game at the weekend, by the way, and there was a free taker from Cavan, by the way, Kingscourt. Took them on his right, Michael McKeown, all day long, and then it was one over the other side, took it with his left and put it over as well. Fabulous. That's gone over as well, and they're back to a 3-point lead. UL must be thinking, what do we have to do here? They really have the ability, they just haven't been able to keep it together for 5 or 6 minutes and really create pressure and get into the lead. Short-ish kick out. Nicely taken, and finds Ross. They're so good on the ball. Hugh O'Loughlin. I'm sensing there's maybe a goal in UL, you know. We could have a dramatic finish here yet, and I'm not even going to say those words you mentioned earlier on. I'll just say they're hyphenated. There's the word time and maybe extra and put them the other way around, but I don't want to tempt fate here because it's too cold. Ross. He's been really busy. He's wearing 4, but he's been in many attacking positions throughout the game. They feed it back to Aaron O'Brien, and this is Geary. He's looking for the move. He gets the move, and that's a clear foul and a free for UL, but I'd say that's outside the scoring zone even for Darragh O'Connor, although he's going over and maybe he'd fancy this. Yeah,
he's been striking the ball well all night now, so again, but it's from a difficult angle. It's not going to be easy, but the confidence to be high, he'll have a good go of it.
Yeah, actually, do you know what? It's not as far as I maybe thought at first, but is it gone to the right? I think it's gone wide, has it? Yeah, it's gone wide. He went for that near post and didn't get it. 9 minutes to go. 3 in it for the home team, UCD. 2024 Electric Ireland Fresher 1 football final, and it's certainly a fresh night here. UCD, if you didn't hear me at the start, and their squad, they have 15 counties represented, so a sprinkling of players from all over the country, including this man from Drumcliff, Ross's Point, the number 17 who came in. Now Hannafin from Cairn O'Rahilly's, and Kerry back to a dub from Kilmacud just round the corner. The rest of them have had to travel a distance to go to college here, but he is from Kilmacud, very near Belfield, probably the nearest club to Belfield. This now is Niall Hurley. He's been their shooter for much of the game. He's from Claremorris in Mayo. So a 3-point lead. They haven't had a 4-point lead for a long time, if at all. But if they get another one here, they'll go 4 up. This is the captain, O'Rourke. He's from Offaly. Plays it into that left corner, but ball wins. That's a loose one.
Yeah, just overcooked that pass now. Again, if he had kept possession for another few minutes, UL could have petered out, but they still have time here. 8 minutes left and a 1-score game.
And the longer it stays at 3, the longer UL will be tempted and maybe even forced to go for a goal.
Yeah, exactly. In those last few minutes, you know, opportunities can come maybe to hit 2-3 points, and you know they could start to panic and maybe go for the goal a bit early. But again,
that can be a good thing, though.
It can be a good thing
in that, to go for it, but
yeah, exactly. And
then
especially
if you don't start taking your points, you know.
Especially in the first half when we see when the ball drops short, anything can happen. Like, so, if there's someone in around the honeypot that might get a goal.
Max McGinnity's down in front of us here, and he just looked up. I think he saw you there. He said, "What's that Monaghan man doing up there?" Hope he's not saying anything bad about me. You haven't, David. There's a nice ball for UL down into the corner, looking for Guilfoyle, and that's a great effort. He spun it over the bar, and he spun and kicked it over the bar beautifully. That's a great score.
Yeah, great score. He tried to sort of hold off his man. The ball came in, flicked it up at the right, onto the left. Great score. Again, he's sold a couple of dummies. His striking has been excellent the second half. He's definitely been UL's top man the second half, has he? So he has.
And he might get it again. Well, they've attacked really well, but it's been sporadic. You know, they've had 2 or 3 minutes of really good attacking, and they're really threatening. But they sort of get a couple of points, get close to a point, and then UCD get up and they get a score. But that was a great one. I loved the way when he got it there as well. As soon as he got it, throw the shoulder one way, then the other, take his man on, and it's really been a night for forwards. They've given defenders a really tough time by going just at them, even on one-on-ones. It's been great to see. And is that another free? And immediately we see the 13 O'Connor going over, and he wants to take it quickly. I thought he was lining up because it was from the same spot as the last time he was going to try it, but he just went to take it quickly when the opportunity was there. He's trying to get on that left foot, and UCD defenders very wary of that. This man's got a good left foot as well, but he's not known as one of the shooters, so they feed it back out again, and they're looking to get it a little bit closer to goal. That's a 50-50 in there, and it's broken. Are they going to get it? Oh, the referee's seen a touch on the ground. Free out. That's a big one.
Was, yeah. He probably, if he had a set on himself, he might have had another go at it. I know he missed the last one on the near side, but from a similar range, if he got it back to a one-score game, it would have been an interesting last couple of minutes here, but we still have time.
Well, I was saying it's a forwards game, but to be fair, the defender with him there, I'm not sure if it was O'Rourke or the fullback Rory O'Toole, but he came out with him there and just did enough to make him spill the ball, and that was crucial as well. O'Brien gives the ball back out to O'Rian. UCD come again. They have the 2-point lead. They have that cushion there. It's Hanifin now, giving it back to McCormick, forcing the key. Off he goes again. He's just pressed on the accelerator straight through the middle. There's another Brian Fenton coming along for Dublin the way he's been playing tonight. Gets it to McIver, or gets it to Hurley eventually, and for once he's missed one.
Yeah, he just maybe snatched that. He had an opportunity maybe just to tap it over straight away in his right, but again, a serious run from James McCormick. The pace he injected left him for dead. And again, UCD might just be disappointed not to get that 3-point cushion again, because a goal here can change everything.
You don't often see someone that tall being that fast.
Yeah, he's very athletic now. He's a great athlete, and he's the ball skills to go with it as well.
It's like a gazelle going through the middle. As soon as he drops his shoulder, he goes. And you can see almost the panic. And the UL boys got he's off again. And he got the goal, and really the goal is the difference between the teams. It's sort of kept it distance of 2 or 3 points between the teams since then. This is Brian Horgan for UL. It's kind of a Munster versus Leinster game, and it's Munster struggling here to get really close. But here comes Guilfoyle. He's a Connacht man from a serious distance out. He's put it really high, but it's more of a Gary Owen. And that's easy for UCD to get possession. I don't know if that's a slight sign of panic that we're talking about with only 3.5 minutes to go. But they've given cheap possession back to UCD, who are now going to work it through the hands and just eat up time as well. But they're not passing the ball around at the back. They're going for it. Is that Hanifin again? Every time he gets it, he's so fast, and he just goes direct and frightens the defenders. He goes along that line, and they brought the game to them. Again, terrific to see that sort of adventure in the play. Now they come back out to the middle to McCormick. Can we call him a speed merchant? I suppose we can.
Absolutely, he's got all the pace there now. He's burnt the right few men tonight.
This is Niall Meehan from Drumhowen in Monaghan. Donoghue now from Nafena, also not too far from here, over on the north side. And UL have dropped extremely deep. They've 14 men behind the ball. And we're now in the last 3 minutes, and there haven't been many stoppages, so we're getting to the stage now where not only do they need the ball, but they probably will be needing to go for goal. They're putting the press on there to come out to try and win this, but they can't get the ball. McCormick has it. He's looking to go again. Gives a nice pass to his midfield partner O'Rian instead, and this is great adventurous play again by them. This is O'Brien now having good possession and kicking it out to the left hand side. That's got to be Hanifin again. I don't see the number, but I recognise his play by now, and he goes for a score. I think that's gone just to the right, and it has. It's a wide. Here's a chance now for UL. 2 points in it. Referee's blown his whistle, though. There must be a substitution, and there is. 2 minutes to go. Are they going to do it, David?
21 on for sort of Hanifin's going off.
21 is Niall Kramer from Rahines in Kildare.
Hanifin's gone off there, number 10.
Who went off?
Hanifin Ben.
They took him off.
The pacey man, yeah, a bit of a strange one that. Now, I would have liked to have his pace there for the last couple of minutes, especially on a counter-attack.
Absolutely. Kick out needs to be won by UL. Well, he got a hand to it, O'Loughlin, but he only handed it down to Donoghue. And UCD have a chance now with McGinnity. He lashes it with his left foot. Is it inside the post? Just outside the post. They're just keeping UL in this. That's 2 points. It could have been 4 up.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed now at those two efforts. They at least had to got one of them. It puts the goal between them, but now it's a bit nervy into the last minute.
I really regret them, David. But UL forced to go back. That's Geary. At least they've got possession now from their point of view. They'll change the direction. Have they got the energy? Have they got the creativity to get through here now? And we're now in the last minute of normal time. I reckon there'd only be maybe an extra minute played on, so I think they're going to have to go for a goal. A point would not be enough, but are they going to even get close enough? Thomas Ross now. UL have given it everything. Oh, we've given it away though. Nearly given it away. Nearly intercepted there by Kramer. Well, it was actually the 21 Mahan. Is it 21 is on there as well? That would be Ronan Mahan from Kilmacud. UL looking for a score as we hit the 60-minute mark. Will a point be enough? I don't think so. They're going for it. Maybe even get a goal here. Well, they've got their point. I don't know who it was over on that far side. Maybe you can tell me. Who did you see? Or maybe we'll see in the replay. But they've got it back to a point game. That's the important thing. Is there time? We now hit the 60-minute mark. Few supporters starting to shout for UL. It's got really interesting here, but the clock might beat them, and this kick out is important, and it's well taken, and indeed it is. 21 Ronan Mahan from Kilmacud just down the road, who came onto the field. I'm not sure when he came on, but he won that. That's important possession for his team as UCD try to run down the clock, but it's a tricky one. It really is. They have to keep possession, but if they lose possession here, UL could get an equaliser, and we could end up with extra time in this freezing night here. Oh, nearly over carrying, but not. UCD doing well here. UL trying desperately to win the ball back, but they can't get it. I think that's O'Brien carrying it down the left-hand side for UCD, and they still have possession. And in fact, they have a free, and that's a big, big free.
Yeah, just a lazy tackle. He tugged his jersey. A pretty easy free for the referee to give. And with that, 61. If this goes over, they might get one chance, but I'd say that'd be it. I'd say there's very little additional, because, as you said, there's been very little stoppages bar a few subs. So if this goes over, they'll need a goal.
It's a fair distance out, though. I think he's going to have to go short with it. But either way, UL, whatever happens, need to get the ball up the field really quickly. Maybe there's another 30 seconds. Maybe the referee will let them have one attack. But where is this going? It's not going to reach, but it might have got a fist on it. It doesn't. And there's the full-time whistle. We have no more time, and UCD have won the 2024 Electric Ireland Fresher 1 football final. It's a home victory for UCD by 1 point, 214 to 116. A really, really entertaining game, and both sets of players deserve immense credit. They have done colleges football a really good service tonight, and we hope that everyone who's watched it has enjoyed it. It's been terrific, David Garland.
Absolutely, yeah, cracking game. We see there 16 scores to 17, but UCD have the extra goal, which made all the difference. And as you alluded to, a cracking game of football. The exhibition of score taking, the skill. As you alluded to earlier, the chilly conditions, frosty night, the ball's a lot slippier. You need to really take care of every pass, and again, credit to both sets of players, both sets of teams. Excellent game.
Sorry, David, just having a word there with Conor O'Shea, the Higher Education Council Secretary. Higher Education GAA Secretary rather, and he's going to present the cup down in front of us here. He's going to bring the teams over. Gives us a couple of minutes to discuss what Luke Ruan has just asked for on the live chat as well. Player of the match. Who was it we were giving it about 15 minutes ago at that point? Where you had picked out a few. Dario O'Connor. I suppose we'll end up going maybe for the winning team, but if you can pick a few contenders from both teams.
Well, absolutely, both teams now. We'll start with UCD. Some great performances all round, but the two players that would have stood out for me was James McCormick from Templeogue in Dublin. He was really instrumental through the middle, we shall say, breaking tackles, the strike runner. I think he might have finished with 1-1 and had a handful in another couple of scores. The other man for them, Niall Hurley, then, he was their go-to man. I'd say maybe finished with 6 or 7 points. He looked really sharp. For UL then, the two boys in the corner forward, me's a forward myself, their exhibition of shot taking, Darragh O'Connor and Sean Gilfoyle, really good off left and right. But if you're to push me for one now, me being a forward,
That's how it works.
I'm going to give it to James McCormick, the midfielder. I thought he was excellent for an athlete. The skill level he showed, and I'd say even around the middle, only Farm UCD would have struggled. So
I would give credit as well, if we go for a defender, to David O'Rourke, the captain of UCD as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He mimicked that meme of J.R. Brennan, we should say, at the start. So he did. He really done J.R. proud, I'd say, if J.R. was watching, in his sweeper role. And like, similar to J.R., he's got a left foot, and also like J.R., I'd never seen him score, so that's also a good thing.
After all the compliments tonight, a wee dig at the end.
J.R. was overdue that one now.
To be fair, I was beginning to think he'd paid you, but now I realise no. So first class rivals is the hashtag from Electric Ireland, and they were first class today. And it was first class football. It really, really was terrific to see.
Must just give credit to UL as well, Jerome. They really fought back that second half, and you know, when UCD went 5 up, they could have easily folded, and you know, especially in the cold evening coming up the road. But that'll stand to them in the championship now. They'll not be too far away.
Well, that's what I was going to mention. For championship, both teams will take a lot out of this, and the likes of UL and other teams will be looking at this, and UL will be saying, well, you know, if we started with a few different guys, we'll get it right. We're right up there.
Absolutely. And even as we said at the start, the home advantage is massive. In the championship, it's all neutral venues, so that'll play a big part in it too.
Well, Conor O'Shea is about to make a little speech there, and hopefully we can also pick up the audio. Yeah, I think we can go down and do that. So I'm going to leave you here for a wee minute. David will go down and try and pick up what Conor is saying here. I'll go down with the microphone, so bear with me here.
Fantastic game of football. Really good battling. On behalf of Corlad Idicus, I'd just like to compliment both teams for a super game of football. That's top class. Referee as well. Like, we have really good refereeing display as well. And it's really important, I suppose, for us in Corlad Idicus that we keep respecting our referees throughout the game. And thanks again to UCD as well for hosting today's final. Without further ado, I'd like to call upon David O'Rourke, captain of UCD from Shamrocks and Offaly, and to present the cup to the league.
Nice. I'd like to thank a few people that got us here. First of all, thanks to UL. Put a great game for us today in the tough conditions, and 3 cheers for UL. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. The refs were brilliant today, umpires and sideline officials. You put a great display. Thanks, refs. Next of all, I'd like to thank our coaches and managers, Collie, Tony and Josh. You had a hard problem here getting all these boys together, and it was a tough team to pick, so fair play to you. I'd like to thank Body Bro. You've sponsored great gear for us, and look forward to working with you in the future. Cheers, thanks.
Just a wee minute there, don't go ahead, quick wee minute. We're on the live stream here. On the live stream, we had David Garland here on the live stream, and he kept comparing you tonight to Ger Brennan. Although he said you score as much as Ger, but to be fair, would you accept that compliment?
Oh, it's a great compliment to get. It's great play with these boys. They make it really easy. It's centre backs, tough position to play, but when you have a team like UCD around you, you know, it's brilliant. It's brilliant to get comparisons to Ger Brennan, but it's easier when you're playing with these boys here.
I have to say, the attacking tonight, the direct play, the fast play by the forwards, the finishing, it was like an exhibition tonight. Is that what it's always like in freshers? Because it was fantastic to watch.
Oh yeah, it's just savage games all the way up. Like, played Ulster in the quarter and UCC in the semi-final, and every game has been savage standards. Like, you saw tonight, the shooting was unreal. So freshers is a tough competition. I look forward to championship now and raise the standards again.
And we also give man of the match to your midfielder, James McCormick. Are you happy with that?
Oh, really. Unbelievable performance today. Like, every time he gets the ball, you expect him to drive down the middle and get a score, and he was unreal today, so fair play to him.
Well, Brian Fenton's retired, but I think there's another one coming along.
James McCormick's the next Brian Fenton, no.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Listen, thanks a million. You wouldn't do me a favour and get him over for a quick word? We got a quick word with him, yeah. I know they're going for the photograph here, but maybe we can get her. He's a popular one anyway. How are you going?
Good, yeah, thanks.
Tell you're the compliments for flying tonight. You got man of the match from us there, and we were comparing you to Brian Fenton, the next Brian Fenton. Would you take that?
Him and James McCarthy retired. They heard I was coming through, so yeah.
Or you're going to take the place of the two of them? They need a new midfielder.
Yeah, I can do the work of both of them, hopefully, anyway.
But here, seriously, that was a great game. It must have been a great game to play in.
Yeah, well, it was a bit cold out, like, but still, I got into it, warmed up, and I was like happy enough. Like, obviously had a few turnovers and all, but we worked well as a team and just got through it. Like.
Your goal was crucial. It was kind of the difference in the end in the first half. There was a few times that you seemed to be hanging around the middle and you made a real burst through the middle.
Yeah, no, I just saw an opening and I went for a pass to Max. And I wouldn't be much of a goal scorer, so I was kind of hoping he wouldn't pass it back. But the keeper was off the line. I just thought I'd slap it in, and the keeper was there, went in. I was happy enough. Like, kept the celebrations tame because there was still 50, 60 minutes left. Like.
Yeah, but it was a great performance, and you've a great bunch of players there, and the whole squad. There was 15 different counties represented. And you must really love it.
Yeah, like it's the first time meeting some of the lads like from different counties, and it's like we've actually come together as such a great group. And like some lads were unlucky not to get in, but we've made like last week we made like 7 or 8 subs. The week before we've made like it's a whole squad effort. Like it's not just us, like not just the starting 15.
All right, good to see it, and good to see a smile on your face. We'll let you go and get the photograph taken because all the boys are waiting for you there, and we're holding them up. So we'll go back here to the commentary point, and we'll finish off here. David's still with me. Come on in, David, for one last comment as we watch the cup being presented. The boys, such smiles on their faces and such joy. You know, is that what you remember from when you won the Freshers' Championship? They're really loving playing here.
Yeah, real joy. Whenever you finish with a cup too, it makes it so much more better. I know the day UUJ bet us, we were bitterly disappointed, but we knew after Christmas we could turn it around with the management and players we had. And you know, credit to UCD's management there, Josh, Colm, Tony from Vincent's. You know, Josh is involved with Loud, so they've done a massive amount of work to recruit them players. And to get them in playing with each other and glued well together, and they're a great wee team there.
And that's the sort of photograph that in 30 years' time that they'll be all looking back at and remembering and pointing boys out.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it so unique. Like you're 15 different counties there, as you said, represented. Then players will, after their college career, never get to play with each other again, bar they're from the same county. So you're right, that photo will be cherished for years to come.
And I love the way that McCormick there, when I said to him about Brian Fenton, he said, yeah, and McCarthy retired as well. So there's a bit of fun there, a bit of devilment as well. And there's nobody saying to them, oh, be worried about what you say. They're just having the fun.
Yeah, exactly. And you could see that in the football field. You know, you're on about coaches not saying to go backwards, to, you know, take your players on and have shots, etc. And that feeds through. You know, them players, you know, as you alluded to after the match, in the pre-match or the post-match interview, you know, having a bit of fun, having a bit of crack, and you know that's what the GAA is about at the end of it. Going out there, enjoying yourself. We all do it as a hobby. You know, at times it's took too serious and everyone buys in a lot of time to it, but at the end of the day, it's a sport.
Brilliant. David, great debut as well. Thanks a million. Really appreciate it. Thanks, David Garland. Thank you very much.
I'll be back now. I'll take Colin O'Rourke's job in the Sunday game.
Oh, he's gone years. He's gone years. You're out of touch.
He's out of employment now as well, so he could be.
He's gone
for the one job.
Well, it was an O'Rourke who was a captain from me tonight, actually, who lifted the cup, and those were the shots that you saw there, and you saw the photographs being taken, and you saw the cup being lifted, and now they're all going into the middle, having a bit of crack in there as well, getting lots of photographs taken. And Pyrrhus is in there from Sportsfile, getting a few more with all the main men, and they're the photographs they'll keep for years to come. But for now, from a very, very chilly Belfield, I'm going to say good night.